Hello everyone, and watch as we light our darkest hour and roll out... No, I'm kidding. Sorry about that. That was so cringe. This is Transformers Power of the Primes leader Voyager Rodimus Prime, nay Hot Rod. And Rodimus Prime in this mode resembles his G1 counterpart. The uniqueness of this vehicle road... This design is very unique, is what I was trying to say, and as is the one for Hot Rod, like that sort of space 80s futuristic van supercar thing, makes you just want to go fishing with Daniel.
Hello.
Coming on to the sort of aesthetics of the figure, like it looks a lot like that Winnebago. You know, it's got the pipe detailing that flows down to the hot rod portion of the vehicle. You've got the nice gold flame sticker decals here. Then you've got this orange plastic that carries through up here at the top of the Winnebago. Here on the main front bonnet, down the side like I mentioned. And then on the other side as well, where you can see the other flame decal and the rest of the piping. He rolls pretty good. Sometimes some of the wheels don't want to touch the ground and like they sort of lift off the floor a bit, so it's mostly these back wheels that do the Space 1984 doot-de-doos. These are Hot Rod / Rodimus's guns. They're like two spacey guns, one has a drum barrel on the top. They're both moulded in single black plastic. They could have done with a bit more paint perhaps, but that's fine. The can become like a big super rifle. To get him into Hot Rod's vehicle mode, what you're going to want to do is grab this. There's a small black tab here that you're going to want to untab the upper pipes from, and then just sort of bring them up there, which will help out a bit later. So you want to do that on the other side, and then whilst we're on this side, might as well do it. This should be tabbed into here. What you want to do is pull these two bits forward, and that will give you room and clearance to pull these back. And then there's a black tab here, which will just secure it in place. Same for the other side. He also tabs in here, which is part of what will be Rodimus Prime's legs. So you want to untab him from that. So there's a yellow tab here on what will be the combined robot spoiler that goes into this port here. And here you have Hot Rod's main vehicle mode, which again is iconic, and it just looks fab. And like, personal bias here, I love Hot Rod / Rodimus, one of my favourite characters in all of Transformers. Is it based off of an actual car? I don't know. I think it's like a Lambo or a Ferrari or just some 80s sci-fi car thing. Looks kind of Batmobile-esque with the wing back there and the boosters. But I like a lot of the same colour scheme from the combined mode vehicle. Carries over with the red, well, being cast in mostly red, with that same orange and yellow for like the headlights, the bonnet, the spoiler, and it has like a nice clear blue, well, not quite like a sort of blue plastic windscreen that you can't see inside of. Looking at the underside, you can sort of tell what becomes what, like obviously, and it does that fake chest thing, which is fine, I don't really care. I know some people get bothered. Nice stickering as well, sort of mostly G1 accurate. So going into Hot Rod's robot mode, what you're going to want to do is unclip this from here, pull it forward on these two hinges and peg it in here. And then same on the other side. This figure is on loan to us and is pre-owned, and in initial sort of testings with the figure, I guess, one of the pegs here did break, because what you should do, in theory, turn it out like that from two separate pegs here and here. This one here broke, so just be careful. Unpegging both of those will free this up to spin it round like so. Leave that up there for now, and then to get the legs ready, what we do is open the shins up, Flip out the feet, close the shin back down, make sure they're all steady like that. Open the shin, flip out the foot. Coming up to the top of the robot, what you want to do is unplug these, which is what will be the robot shoulders, from the rest of the figure. Flip out the robot mode chest. Then it's on like a sort of swivel here. What you want to do is pull that up, spin it round, push it back in, bring the shoulders up slightly, unclip the arm or the elbow from the rest of the arm, freeing that up. This is very tight, like almost distressingly tight, so you just want to be careful when unclipping this, and I might just take it off camera. Here is Hot Rod in robot mode, and Hot Rod looks pretty good. Proportion wise, he does look a bit like lanky in some parts. I think because of where the ball joint is here in the upper shoulder, it sort of makes his arms sit quite low, or his shoulders sit quite low, so his arms look a bit lanky. But other than that, pretty good proportion leg wise. Looking in at that head sculpt, it is very, very clearly Hot Rod. I like how he looks quite sort of youthful and stoic, if those are two qualities that can coexist, possibly, don't know. Anyway, looking at the rest of the figure, you have yellow, orange and red coloration. It goes all the way through. There's stickers as well, you can see more in this mode. So you have stickers up on the shoulders, down on the shins, and sort of emblematic of his original G1 toy / design. Kibble management is pretty good, like his backpack, pretty flat. Like this down here is a bit sort of possibly an issue, but it's still quite flat. So from the front, it's not too noticeable, and it gives you that sort of crosshair style coat. So getting into articulation for this guy, what you want to do with the head, you can turn like that. Arms would do full 360, but the kibble would get in the way. 360 degrees at the elbow with the ball joint. Nothing at the wrist. Nothing at the waist either, which is slightly disappointing. Coming up that far with a kick. Nothing really at the back because of the kibble. 360 degrees at the knee with an almost 90-degree bend. Up and down with the foot. And then a very nice spread as well. Here for a quick size comparison, we have Power of the Primes Rodimus in base mode versus Deluxe Class Energon Rodimus. Beast Wars Quick Strike. Beast Wars Cheetor. Universe 08 Cyclonus. And for our final size comparison, Deformation Toys Black Mamba. One of the big features of this toy is the evolution gimmick that will turn Hot Rod here from our young rebellious warrior into the seasoned leader Rodimus Prime. What you want to do is get this trailer ready. We've done some of this already earlier when we split the vehicle mode, so we moved this up here and so on. I guess we can lift these up now. Get that out of the way, that will reveal the combined mode hands. What you're going to want to do is pull these hands from under there, that will split them. And to get them ready, just bend them at the elbow, and there are the combined mode arms. Unplug the feet from here, flip out the heels, and the feet peg in on this clip there. And then unclip these sides as well, which will allow you to bring this up, and then fold this down and peg it in. And then swivel that up like so. Unclip the legs from one another. Flip down the crotch plate. Bring these down. While we're here, we might as well take a quick look at not necessarily the matrix of leadership, because it's the wrong colour, but there's his matrix. Gonna want to take this yellow piece, swivel this around, bring the chest down, peg, pull this piece up, swivel it around, put it back in, and bring it back up. Then you're going to want to return these bits to vehicle mode configuration, But instead of returning the arms down here, you're going to want to bring them up here like so. You're going to want to spin this around, spin this assembly around, and then fold it up like that. And then with the legs, open them up like so. Open the shin, put the feet in, open this up, revealing Rodimus Prime's head, and then take the shins, rotate them like that, do that, and then up again. So rotate like that, up again, and then bring in the leg and body assembly, and then this clip here will clip in here, and take the arms here. They will sort of soft click in, which just helps to stabilize it. Yeah, just sit that all flush. There are some clips just here with some posts here, and they will, in theory, go in like that, but I may have to take this off camera again for just a second, because as with some of the other areas of this figure, it can be quite tight, and I don't want to break a figure that doesn't belong to me. And then we have the Season 3 G1 head honcho himself, Rodimus Prime, in his fully evolved mode. And again, this is my bias coming in here, but he looks great. Like, I like the overall design, I like how bigger and taller he gets with the evolution gimmick. I like that from this front you can still see the Rodimus silhouette. With the evolution, it's given him more of a chiseled, grizzled, wizened face, as would be befitting of this kind of change. And you have 360 degrees at the shoulder. Shoulders can move up and down like that. Almost 360 at the elbow, but kibble will bump into kibble. Just over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and wrist rotation there, even though it's a bit tight. Nothing to speak of at the waist, but if you move the front skirt up, he can kick that far forward with a soft ratchet. Full 360 degrees there. Double knee breakage at the front if you wanted to inflict some pain onto him for killing Optimus.
Light our darkest hour.
It has a very nice ankle tilt at the foot with some slight up and down movement, so you can get a wide variety of poses. For size comparison, we have Deluxe Class Energon Rodimus, Universe 08 Cyclonus, Beast Wars Quick Strike, Beast Wars Cheetor, Deformation Toys Black Mamba. Overall, Rodimus Prime, nay Hot Rod, is brilliant. Yeah, like I like him a lot. I have a fondness for him. I like the sort of colour scheme and the aesthetics. I think he works really well. One thing though, plastic quality wise, Hot Rod in parts can feel a bit thin in some places and harder in others, as can Rodimus Prime. Like, even though this combined mode does add a lot of bulk, he does still feel a bit too lightweight for my liking, and combining him can cause a stress-induced nightmare because you don't want him to just shatter. But overall though, if you're a fan of Rodimus, I'd definitely pick him up. I think he's worthwhile. He's nice and big, and he just looks great. But with that all being said, thank you everybody so much for stopping by and checking out this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video around to help out the channel, and if you do, click that bell. And until the next time, see you guys all later.